So you will have an evening you will never forget. And that is why we travel the world. I want to touch the hearts of the people.
André Rieu just turned 75, and what happened to the king of waltzes is making fans around the world cry. The talented Dutch violinist, who spent his life bringing classical music closer to millions of people through the Johann Strauss Orchestra. What happened in his life at this age? A sudden event or a moment that made him look back on his long journey? Discover the story behind André Rieu today, a revelation that may bring tears to your eyes as you witness the sincerity and undying passion of this great artist. Is André Rieu still alive and performing? The 74-year-old maestro has faced a health crisis that shocked his global fan base. His spectacular concerts draw crowds of up to 40,000 people. An acute flu attack forced Rieu to cancel 4 sold-out concerts in Mexico City, leaving 40,000 eager fans disappointed. The city's high altitude at over 2,240 meters, combined with jet lag and a circulating virus, overwhelmed the conductor. His personal physician of 24 years, Dr. Peter de Beer, noted that Rieu rarely cancels performances due to health issues. This whole ordeal has sparked serious discussions about the maestro's international touring career. André Rieu cancels Mexico concerts due to sudden illness. The Dutch maestro's comeback to Mexico City after years away turned from celebration to heartbreak when health problems forced him to cancel several shows. His triumphant return became a painful exit that left thousands of fans disappointed and raised questions about the 75-year-old violinist's future tours. André Rieu landed in Mexico City ready to perform 6 back-to-back sold-out concerts from March 25 to March 30, 2024. The beloved violinist and his Johann Strauss Orchestra only managed 2 shows before illness struck. Just a day after his second performance, Rieu got hit with a severe flu attack and fever. "Dear friends, my orchestra and I were so excited to finally return to Mexico after so many years. It was wonderful to feel the love of our Mexican fans at the first 2 concerts. I deeply regret and am heartbroken that I will not be able to play the remaining 4 concerts for you," Rieu stated in his official announcement. The cancellations left about 40,000 ticket holders disappointed. This setback felt even harder because Rieu's previous Mexico City concerts had been postponed in 2017 after a devastating earthquake rocked the city on September 19 of that year. How altitude and jet lag affected his health. Mexico City's location creates unique challenges for performers. The Mexican capital sits 2,240 meters above sea level, and its high altitude took a toll on Rieu and his orchestra members. Lower oxygen levels at this height put extra stress on their bodies, which hit performers who need full lung capacity especially hard. "It's very tough this time. We've been traveling a lot lately, and the jet lag has had a major impact. I'm also getting a day older. But honestly, everyone suffers from it," Rieu told the press backstage. The group's trip to Mexico meant a 14-hour flight and a 7-hour time difference from their Maastricht home base. They had just 1 day to adjust before taking the stage. Dorona Alberti, a 48-year-old vocalist from Maastricht who joined Rieu's world tour in January, shared her struggles. "Normally, I hold that note a little longer. Today, I really had to drink some water between the 2 songs. There was simply no other way for a while," she added. "We have all had a lot of nosebleeds in recent days." The difficult decision to return home. Pierre Rieu, André's son, explained why they had to end the Mexico tour early. "The long journey, the time difference, and the high altitude in combination with just a day of acclimatization and a flu attack forced my father to return home. This wasn't an easy choice. I am proud of him because I know how difficult it was for him to cancel the rest of the tour," Pierre said. He described his father's condition. His legs were shaking, and he was afraid he wouldn't be able to hold on. That's why there was nothing else he could do, and we decided to cancel the tour there. Unlike past cancellations, these Mexico City shows won't get new dates. Fans will get their money back, but won't have another chance to see their musical hero. This differs from how Rieu handled previous cancellations, like rescheduling Mexico performances after the 2017 earthquake. This experience changed Rieu's outlook on international touring. Pierre shared his father's frank assessment about future Mexico concerts. "The Mexicans are great, they are wonderful people, but the trip was too much of a drain on my father's health. When we talked about what to do next, whether to catch up or cancel altogether, he said, 'I don't want to put myself through that torture anymore.'" Doctor reveals why André Rieu rarely falls ill until now. André Rieu's health crisis in Mexico stands out as a rare exception in his medical history. This world-renowned musician has performed thousands of concerts globally. His longtime personal physician deserves credit for keeping the maestro on stage year after year. Taking care of a world-famous conductor's health needs specialized medical expertise. Dr. Peter de Beer has been André Rieu's personal physician for 24 years. Their medical partnership has become vital to the violinist's consistent performance schedule. "He is my first priority, because if André gets sick, the show cannot go on," explains Dr. de Beer. Dr. de Beer brings exceptional credentials to Rieu's touring entourage as a certified medical doctor specialized in global health and tropical medicine. His 30-year experience in tropical and travel medicine includes work with Doctors Without Borders in Somalia and Sudan. This background offers a great way to get support for an international touring musician. Dr. de Beer shows dedication beyond basic care. He travels with Rieu during international tours to provide immediate medical attention, whatever the location. The team added a second physician, Dr. Wim van Herpen, after a musician had a heart attack in Greece. André thinks it is wise that another doctor can stay with the company. Hospitalization abroad has already been necessary a few times. After all, it is a large group that frequently stays abroad, notes Van Herpen. This two-doctor approach shows extra caution as Rieu nears his 75th birthday in October 2024. The perfect health record before Mexico. André Rieu had built an almost mythical reputation for health resilience before the Mexico City incident. Dr. de Beer says, "When it comes to an artist with the fewest cancelled concerts, André is at the top and holds that record tenfold." Yes, it is worth noting that except for issues with his balance organs in 2010, Dr. de Beer couldn't remember any concert cancellations due to health reasons until the Mexico tour. Rieu's career showed extraordinary stamina. He had never taken a day off for illness and even claims to be impervious to jet lag at age 62. His first major interruption came in 2010 from a vestibular nerve infection. "Last year, for the first time in my life, I got ill, I think because I had too much work to do outside music, such as administrative things that I don't really enjoy," Rieu explained at the time. In spite of that, he made big lifestyle changes after that health scare. "I had to cancel several concerts twice in my life some years ago, and I really got a sort of wake-up call after it happened for the second time. Since then, I have had a personal trainer with whom I do serious exercises. He also took a look at my diet and gave me some food advice. Now, I feel very good." The Mexico cancellation became just the second major health-related tour interruption in Rieu's long career. Dr. de Beer points to a sum of factors: a tiring journey and the associated jet lag, the location of Mexico City at a high altitude, in combination with some flu-like symptoms. The fact that he then had to return home and cancel 4 concerts was very exceptional and something I have never experienced before. The violinist has bounced back well from this setback. His son Pierre Rieu emphasized that apart from the bad flu, there was actually nothing wrong. Without doubt, André Rieu's health management will need careful coordination between his dedicated medical team and touring schedule as he continues performing into his mid-70s. Is André Rieu still living his musical dream at 75? André Rieu's violin still sings at 75, though its tempo has slowed as he bounces back from his health scare in Mexico. The King of Waltz has returned to his beloved Maastricht, where he faces aging head-on without letting go of his musical dreams. The maestro rushed home to Maastricht after leaving Mexico abruptly. André Rieu is back home in Maastricht. The maestro was struck by acute flu on Wednesday, official sources confirmed. His son Pierre put minds at ease about more serious concerns, stating that apart from the bad flu, there was actually nothing wrong. Rieu recovered in his charming 15th-century castle, which doubles as his home and office. The castle is not big, but it's also my office. Years ago I saw it and said, it would be beautiful to have that castle. Marjorie told me to sell more records and I did, Rieu once shared. His time away from music took an emotional toll. During my illness, I experienced firsthand what my life looks like if I cannot do my work. It drove me crazy. I didn't accept that one bit, he admitted candidly. This taste of life without music strengthened his resolve to keep performing with some adjustments. Rather than stopping completely, Rieu and his team created a smarter approach. We have decided together, my team and I, to become more selective with non-essential matters, such as presentations and giving all kinds of interviews. This careful scaling back saves his energy for what he loves most, performing with his Johann Strauss Orchestra. Rieu has now fully recovered from the acute flu that cut short his Mexico tour. Pierre Rieu assured everyone that Dad is now doing completely well again. The violinist's enthusiasm remains strong as he approaches his milestone birthday. Rieu will turn 75 on October 1, 2024, a birthday he welcomes with his trademark optimism. His thoughts on retirement. Retire. Never, I'm 75, but I feel 27. I'm going to live to 140, he declared jokingly. These words reflect his genuine passion for music rather than mere bravado on his milestone birthday. Rieu will turn 75 on October 1, 2024, a birthday he welcomes with his trademark optimism. His thoughts on retirement. Retire. Never, I'm 75, but I feel 27. I'm going to live to 140, he declared jokingly. These words reflect his genuine passion for music rather than mere bravado. Rieu created The Dream Continues, a special cinema celebration of his 75th birthday, described as a tribute to André's childhood dream of one day forming his own orchestra and traveling the world. His remarkable stamina comes from a strict health routine. He stays vital through, every day, disciplined sports, abstaining from alcohol, and healthy, preferably organic, food with admittedly the occasional piece of pie or homemade cake. This dedication shows his desire to keep performing as long as possible. Maastricht remains close to Rieu's heart, despite his recent health challenge. In Maastricht, the most beautiful city in the world, Rieu experiences the joy of coming home time and time again. The city's Vrijthof Square, which he transforms yearly into the Netherlands' largest open-air concert hall, holds a special place in his heart. The passion is so strong, Rieu says, showing that, while his body might remind him of his age sometimes, his musical dream shines as bright as ever. The triple threat: age, altitude, and exhaustion. André Rieu's body couldn't keep up with the demands of high-altitude performing, and his health took a turn for the worse in Mexico City. The 75-year-old Dutch maestro, known for never missing a show, faced a combination of challenges that proved too much for his body to handle. Altogether, it was just too much, said Pierre Rieu about his father's condition. The violinist's health crisis stemmed from three connected factors that pushed his body to its limits. The physical strain of international travel hit him hard. The 14-hour flight from the Netherlands left Rieu exhausted. He admitted something rare backstage about getting older. "I'm also getting a day older," he said, showing a vulnerable side about his physical limits. The orchestra didn't have enough time to adjust before the show. "We only arrived the day before the concerts," Pierre explained. "This tight schedule might have worked when Rieu was younger, but not anymore. Jet lag made everything worse. It is 7 hours earlier there, so you also get jet lag," Pierre added. The physical toll was real, vocalist Dorona Alberti shared. "We have all had a lot of nosebleeds in recent days." So when a sudden severe bout of flu hit, Rieu's body gave in. Unlike past tours where jet lag didn't seem to touch him, this time was different. The maestro who once said, "I have 2 speeds, nothing and full pelt," learned his body needed something else, rest. André Rieu reconsiders global touring strategy. André Rieu's recent health scare in Mexico has pushed him to rethink his global touring plans. The beloved violinist turns 75 this year and now faces the reality that some shows might just not be possible anymore. This marks a big change in his usual non-stop touring schedule. Mexico no longer appears on Rieu's future tour destinations after his recent health crisis. Back in Maastricht, he made his position clear about Mexico. "The Mexicans are great, they are wonderful people, but the trip was too much of a drain on my father's health," he said. "I don't want to put myself through that torture anymore." This shows a dramatic change for someone who always took pride in connecting with audiences worldwide. His team has become more careful about long-distance shows. The Mexico cancellation came after he had to cancel his entire US tour in March 2020 after just one show in Tampa. More than 70,000 ticket holders across Orlando, Atlanta, Phoenix, San Diego, Las Vegas, Anaheim, and Oakland missed out. Back in 2010, he postponed his sold-out Australia and New Zealand shows because of a viral infection in his vestibular nerve. He felt heartbroken not to perform to his fans in Australia and New Zealand. Unlike that temporary setback, some destinations might now be permanently off his touring calendar. The maestro's scheduling approach looks quite different now. His production company puts health before business opportunities, knowing the toll that worldwide touring takes at his age. Rieu still keeps a strong but more carefully chosen performance schedule, with more than 800,000 tickets this year across 90 concerts. These numbers show that while some places are now off-limits, he still performs extensively. The challenge lies in balancing what fans need with what his body can handle. His 25-year partnership with audio provider Solotech continues to evolve. They develop tour packages for adaptability and efficiency. These improvements help alleviate the physical strain of touring without compromising show quality. The violinist now carefully picks his commitments. "We have decided together, my team and I, to become more selective with non-essential matters, such as presentations and giving all kinds of interviews. This smart reduction